Okay, Les, quick question. Rhysand under the mountain.
Oh no, here we go.
Morley Gray or just a dick?
Morley Gray. He was protecting her.
He essentially drugged her and made her dance in a see-through dress.
Okay, well, Amarantha would have killed them, so he was trying to protect her in a way.
I mean, sure, he still could have clued her in.
Yeah, but then I feel like, okay, so Amarantha could read his thoughts too. If he let down that visor and let her in on it, then she would have read her mind.
Oh, I guess that is true. I forgot Amarantha could read minds. Still, it seems so tawdry.
Well, it is. It's another one of his, like, oh, I'm secretive but sexy. Just follow
Yes.
me.
But then I guess that just leads us into the big question for today, though, and that's is he morally gray or just a dick? At what point do we draw a line with these book boyfriends that we love so much?
I have a hard time calling people just a dick unless it's Tamlin.
I mean, that's fair, and he's definitely one we're going to talk about today, so I'm glad you brought that up because I feel like he's one that we could probably do a whole episode on
Yeah.
regarding this. More importantly, I want you to really think about it. And is there a character other than like the obvious villains of the books?
Hmm.
Is there a character out there that you think really is just a dick and isn't morally gray?
Right.
Like I said, besides the villains. Like at what point do we draw a line, ladies?
It's hard. I mean, because sometimes when they're being a dick and then they turn around and they're super sweet or they do something like a romantic gesture, it's hard to see the difference.
Yeah, you know who else does that? Abusers. I'm just saying. Oh, honey, I'm sorry I hit you, but you made me do it. I'm sorry. I'll never do it
Okay, but
again.
in defense of that, there are not those in the book. They're not people
No,
who like
they're not. But
it.
I'm just saying this is where it becomes a slippery slope.
It does. It does.
All
And this is how
right.
we've all gotten sucked in.
So let's get into it.
Welcome to Pickle Party, where Romantasy gets a little naughty. Join the bride, it's book club time. Tropes and memes and feeling oh my.
So, welcome back to Pickle Party. Today's topic, if you haven't noticed from the beginning, is morally gray or just a dick?
It's the great romantasy debate of 2025, 2026.
It is. And we all forgive them for whatever they do, as long as they're brooding and have an enchanting stare. Although the truth, I
We
mean,
will. I mean, but I feel like we do that in real life anyways. Most women
oh yeah,
will forgive anything if they're in love with the guy, right? They'll find an
right.
excuse for toxic energy anywhere.
Of course I do.
I guess that's really what we need to know and why this matters is because we're all really feral for morally gray men.
Mhm.
But at what point do we have to step back and say, "Ooh, therapy would be good for you"?
Okay, so let's talk about the difference between morally gray and toxic.
Okay, no, I think that's good. Let's set those boundaries. So, what do you think when we say morally gray? What do you mean and what comes to your mind when I say, "Ooh, that was morally gray"?
Okay, so I'm going to kind of throw this in because I have D&D kiddos that are always talking about lawful, neutral, evil. And so you can be like chaotic evil, or you can be lawfully evil, or you could be neutrally lawful, to where like there's all these different categories of like, how crappy are you?
So are you telling me that Dungeons and Dragons characters are also morally gray or just dicks?
Oh, yeah,
Is this what you're
100%.
telling me? That's a whole thing. Oh, so it's not even romantasy, guys. There's a whole wall of
And they can
imaginary
make a whole
gameplay.
romantasy novel just about D&D.
Honestly, these people who write romantasy probably were really into D&D as kids.
I can totally see it because there's elves, there's fairies, there's fae, there's trolls, there's anything and
And
everything you can think of. Dragon
shout out
riders.
to Stranger Things
Yeah.
because while Dungeons and Dragons has been a thing for a long time, I feel like they've really introduced it to a new generation
Hmm.
with Stranger Things. And I feel like I've noticed at like our local comic book stores and stuff when we take the kids in, they have some crazy D&D conferences and crap going on. Like campaign, that's what they call it. They have some major stuff going on in
I'm
those.
sorry, when you say conference, I was just seeing them in little suit coming in
That's
with their
honestly what I picture. I don't talking about what they're gonna do, and then they roll the dice, and like it's nuts. But it's nice to know. Thank you for throwing that in there because I did not know. And now, anytime you tell me about one of the kids' characters, I'm gonna ask if they're morally gray or just a dick.
Okay, you should. No, they
In fact,
really
you should
does.
make each of your children make both V and S define their characters for you every time, and be
They
like,
should.
but you know what, Mom, he is really just a dick at heart. And then that'll set them up
They probably would.
for romantasy later in life.
Exactly.
But I think getting back to subject, what we really can take from any of these books is that, or really all the book talk memes, all the memes that we're seeing out there, is that romantasy girlies will forgive anything if the man is brooding, has a tragic backstory, and an enchanting stare. But should we? Should we forgive just anything?
Yeah, okay, I will say this too, because I've done all the fluff, all the questionably morally gray romantasy, and now I'm getting in like the dark romantasy. And I've dipped a toe. I haven't jumped in yet. I've just done
Is that all the snake shit you've been reading?
I just finished the Ruthless Creatures that I sent you.
You sent me so many books, girl. I've lost count.
So I just finished that one. But he's like a mafia guy that has a terrible backstory, and like he has done some bad shit. But then you're like, so sweet to her.
Again, that brings up the question of like, so I watch a lot of Housewives, right? Like I watch all the Desperate Housewives. That's what my husband calls it, y'all. Not me. It's the Real Housewives, but my husband calls them Desperate.
I agree, Ed. I agree.
So they are mine and my sister's saving grace. I have worked my way through all of the franchises almost. I started this journey like 3 years ago. This is how long it's taken me. I've worked my way through all the franchises except for all of Atlanta. I'm almost done with New York. And then I'm going to take on Atlanta, and then I should be fairly caught up. But there are a lot of women on that show, and their only humanizing factor is their partner.
Oh, geez.
The only thing that makes you be like, oh, wow, you're really likable is because you really love their partner. And you think, oh, well, if he likes her, maybe there's just something we're not seeing.
Oh, now I feel like we need to do the opposite of like morally gray or just a dick, or is she nice or is she just a bitch?
Or, well, I mean, definitely. Like, I think we can definitely talk about certain sisters, Nesta, about that. Because I think for a majority of those books, I was like, what crawled up Nesta's ass and died? Honestly.
I thank goodness for my cousin, because she told me to keep going with her because I hated her. She annoyed the crap out of me. I know people have a hate.
A fucking rattlesnake and entitled as all hell.
I feel like Elaine gets a really bad rap and people really hate her.
Agreed. And that's definitely something to talk about next week.
Yes.
I'm with you on that, though.
I couldn't stand her for the longest time until we got to book 5.
Yes. She honestly, right when I was warming up to her, she just pissed me off because I was warming up to her at the end of the 3rd book with the big battle. And she like finally kind of admitted she had feelings for Cassian, and she was like loving on him during the war. But then you get to the Christmas solstice. And I mean, and I guess they explain in the last book why she's being such a ratchet bitch. But she's grieving, honestly. She makes that entire book just miserable for everybody. And that's a short book. It's like a little novella. And she makes that book misery for everybody.
A bitch in so less pages than I thought you would.
Honestly. But Sarah J. Maas has a way of doing that with her characters, man. Definitely redeemed Nesta by the 5th book. So for those of you who are on the ACOTAR journey as we speak, stick with it. Nesta gets better. You will understand her much better after book 5.
And you almost relate to her sometimes. I have to say.
Yes, I think she's actually very relatable, more so than Feyre, but she's just...
But you can't stand her to start.
No, she's so mad. I will say, though, in the one scene at the very beginning of the book where Sarah J. Maas really emphasizes the way Nesta says Feyre's name, I was so thankful for that because I could not figure out how to say her name until I read it that way. And then I was like, oh, it's Feyre and not like I could not think of how to say that name. So I just want to thank Nesta for getting attitude.
It looks like fair because I
think it does like
Faye, and then you have a at the end,
or fairy. It almost looked like fairy to me too. Like I couldn't figure out how to say it. It was driving me crazy. And then literally in like 1st or 2nd chapter, she gets attitude with Feyre and says her name all weird, and we're like, oh.
I thank God for audiobooks. I wouldn't pronounce half these people's names right.
Thank God you listened to those audiobooks because I was saying majority of these characters' names wrong. You should see my notes right now. I have a big like Rhys, not Rice, wrote down.
All right, so back to topic. We're going to define morally gray or just toxic. How bad is too bad to where they become the bad evil character rather than
Where there's just no
hero.
redemption.
Right.
Like, at what point do they lose the ability to have a redemption arc?
Okay.
So Leslie's done a great job. She's collected 4 examples for us
Mhm.
to kind of reference in this chat. We're going to talk about, of course, Rhysand from A Court of Thorn and Roses series. We're going to talk about Xaden Riorson. Did I say that right?
Ryerson.
Ryerson. Okay. Xaden Riorson from Fourth Wing. If you guys can't tell, that's one I haven't done yet. Tamlin. Yes, even fucking Tamlin. We're going to talk about him. And Hunt Athalar from the Crescent City books.
Gotta love that.
So buckle in. I hope you guys are familiar with these characters. A little heads up, I have not read Fourth Wing yet. I literally will be starting it this week. It's on deck in my Audible.
I'm so
But
excited
because
for
I
you.
haven't read it yet, Les is going to help me out and explain Xaden to me, and I'm going to give a blind rating on him. But what we're going to do is we're going to go through, we're going to give our ratings for each character and then discuss exactly why they're either morally gray, just a hero, or maybe instead of either, more just like an anti-hero.
There's some you would give a bless your heart to.
Oh, yeah. Well, I feel like, bless him, Lucian is just a bless your heart. He can't win.
Oh my God. I want so many good things for that character. It's not
I
even funny.
know.
I just want to hug him. Just like, it's okay. Do you need a hug?
Yes. Yes, I do too. Well, and I have a lot of questions about, and I really hope they go into it in the 5th book about like his parentage and stuff.
Yeah.
Because didn't they figure out that he's not the Fall King's son?
Yes,
Or the Autumn King's son?
it was hinted at it. We don't know right now. I want to go into more of him, but he had such a shitty childhood. They took out his eye
because
at
he was a
one
bastard
point.
child and his dad knew it and he treated him like shit. So no, okay, we can't with Lucian right now. We're saved, guys. I'm sorry. We keep getting off topic. We're going to talk about Lucian next week. We have a really great topic set up for like next episode. I'm sorry. It's just, if you've read these books, you understand the world's obsession with poor Lucian.
Yes.
We'll go back to that. So just put a pin in that. Pin in it, and we'll talk about it next week.
Let's talk about the scale.
Yes. So we're going to do this on a depravity scale. I love this. Leslie's depravity scale. Are you guys ready for this? Leslie, this is all Leslie. I'm just going to do it. Okay, Leslie's depravity scale is number 1, cinnamon roll, pure, no, just a little sweetie pie. Number 2 is going to be slightly spicy with minor red flags that we can forgive. 3 is morally gray, questionable choices with understandable reasons. Number 4 is a problematic fave. We know he's wrong, but we love him anyway, aka Dylan from 90210. I'm going to take it back to the Gen Xers.
One. Nice.
Yeah, sis, if you're listening, that one's for you. Take it back to good old Dylan.
I did love Dylan. I did.
Who didn't? And then it helps that Luke Perry was apparently like the greatest guy ever. Like he was apparently like an angel on this earth. Like, rest in peace, Luke Perry.
Right.
So a little shout out to the good old Luke Perry there. And number 5, just a dick. No amount of tragic backstory can save this asshole. Yep.
All right.
Okay, so that's what we're going to start with. What?
That's our 1 through 5.
Oh, that is 1 through 5.
We should make this a thing on our social media side note to
I
where
think
like
just anytime we read a book.
Right. We just pick one of the characters and then we give them a morally gray.
The books I'm reading right now, none of these characters are all angels on Earth. They're all cinnamon rolls, which makes sense because it's the Pumpkin Spice Latte series, the Dream Harbor series. So all the guys, if that's what you guys like, if you want all your boys to be sugary, sweet cinnamon rolls, get you a Dream Harbor book because those men are all just angels on this earth.
One by Emily Henry. A lot of hers they're all cinnamon rolls. Like you just love them.
Virgin River, the Virgin River series, another one.
Yeah, very kind. The most flaw they have is like maybe they were a dick in high school.
Yes, they were that asshole jock in high school who's been humbled, which is actually kind of exactly where I'm reading the gingerbread bakery right now, and I'm learning all about Mac, and that's exactly what he was. He was a dick in high school, apparently. Apparently, he made fun of the main character's best friend when he was little, and she never forgave him.
Oh, the things we hold on to.
Listen, I sent you that meme the other day that was like, you think you've got a grudge? I still remember the names of the people who were mean to me in pre-K. Straight up. Okay. All right. So character first one. Number 1, Rhysand from A Court of Thorns and Roses.
I'm just going to say morally gray. I think he's just in the middle.
Okay, you know what? I actually 100% gave him a 3 also. I said questionable choices, but with the best of intentions. Okay, so Under the Mountain, as we discussed at the beginning, he did all of it to protect her from Amarantha and to keep up. It was almost one of those the end will justify the means situation.
Yeah.
And in his defense, she did not remember a thing from what she was doing.
No, and she didn't, but that doesn't make it better.
That sounds awful. No, but I mean, we're trying to find the silver lining, are we not? Listen, he has extremely redeemable action. But I said at the beginning of the story or the
If you
show
get
that
in
I
an
was
argument,
not
he'll just
thrilled with
roof
that.
you. It's okay. We'll just, you'll forget that.
Okay, so all right, but then what about this? What about keeping the mating bond a secret? What are your thoughts on that?
I think he wanted her to have her choice of what she wanted to do. He didn't want to
Agreed. I
sway her.
actually like some people think that was really wrong. I'm with you 100% on that. I think the fact that he didn't tell her means he truly did love her.
Mm-hmm.
And he wanted her to choose him as much as he knew she was for him.
Right.
So I think not telling her about the mating bond was really just letting her have her choice and not feeling trapped.
Yeah.
Especially after, oh God, I keep bringing it up. Elaine's reaction to Lucian.
Yeah.
You want it to be mutual. You don't want it to be terror.
Right. And you don't want to be the weird guy that keeps showing up on her doorstep. Like, hey, how are you?
He is kind of lurky. It's
Do you like
sad.
me now?
Oh, my goodness. Bless him. Okay. But here's the biggest one that I think bothers a lot of people. And I will say this kind of bothered me. It almost gave me a little bit of Tamlin vibes.
Mm-hmm.
Not telling her about the pregnancy risk in Silver Flame.
Okay, that pissed me off a little bit. I don't understand I don't understand the reasoning very well on that one, on why it's justified that he did that.
Right.
I would have just totally just let that out.
So for those of you who are not familiar with the ACOTAR series, in it, Rhysand, who is the king of the, what was it, the Night Court?
Mm-hmm.
Is that the proper title? He's the king of the Night Court, and he has a queen of Night Court, a lady, high lady of the Night Court, which is not really heard of in this world. But they get pregnant at one point, and she has a lot of powers. And when she gets pregnant, she is in a certain form that is not fully human
Mm-hmm.
and could put her whole, basically will put her life at risk during birth because
Right.
she can't transform during pregnancy.
Yeah.
And Rhys finds this out and he informs his tribe, so to speak, his two best friends, Az and Cassian. But they all agree to keep it a secret from Feyre, the pregnant person, because he wants her to not stress and wants her to have a stress-free pregnancy while he's trying to find this answer.
Which makes
This
it worse.
does
I mean,
not.
like, the most stressful time is when you're in labor. Let's make that more stressful when you're like, hey, babe, by the way.
Hey, this is going to kill you. No way around it. We looked and looked and looked, and there's no answers. Thank God for sisterly love. That's all I can say about that situation.
Right? 100%.
But also, let's look at Rhys. Let's look at his backstory, because I mean, his backstory is.
I mean, he was enslaved by Amarantha for forever.
I mean, yeah, he was
Basically
held.
his
He was
whore.
enslaved and raped, basically, for 50 years by this crazy Fey bitch, and then, well, not to mention his mother and his sister's brutal murder.
Mm-hmm. See,
At
Amarantha's
the
one
hands
that
of
you'd say
Tamlin.
just a bitch. Like, you can't change that.
Yes, Amarantha is just a bitch. Yes, she is the Jen Aiden of the Fey world. Bravo fans, you'll understand that. I could have said Tamara Judge, but I'm nicer than that. He was protecting Feyre from Amarantha, and she was pretty awful. So we can forgive him for those things that he did under the mountain.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, after he rescues Feyre and saves her from the wedding,
Mm-hmm.
he was going to let her marry Tamlin. I think people forget that. He was totally okay with her marrying Tamlin. He was going to let her marry Tamlin. He only intervened because he could hear her saying, help. No, I don't want to do this.
Right.
So again, saves her from a marriage she didn't want to be, and then insists that she learns to read and write.
Well, that's a good skill you need anyway. So that.
Well, of course, but Tamlin never took the time to be like, hey,
No.
this is something you
What
should
did you
probably learn how
say
to
the
do."
last episode? I love the way you explained it. Let me fuck away your trauma.
Yeah, no, Tamlin just wants to fuck away the drama. That's all he wants to do. For some reason, Tamlin thinks that a good old orgasm is going to make her forget about dying and coming back to life in another form.
And she might be able to read and write after that.
And listen, ain't nobody that good in bed. All right. At least Rhys was like, hey, let's start at the beginning. Let's learn how to read.
Yeah. This is called Cat in the Hat. This is what we're going to start with.
I think we can all agree, especially Leslie and I think we can both agree that Rhys is a solid 3. He really is just morally gray.
100%.
We'll give him our stamp of approval.
Yeah.
In a game of fuck, marry, kill with those 3, I always say I'd marry Rhys.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, character 2. This is where I'm going to let Les take over because I don't know who this person is.
Xaden Riorson. He is sexy main character from Fourth Wing. And if you ladies or gentlemen have read that series, which is fabulous, you'll know what I'm talking about. And if not, please go check it out. Like I told Jules in another episode, I love that your cat just walked in front of the screen.
Yeah, I know. He's a dick. Nothing morally gray about Link. He's just a dick. Hey, buddy.
So if you haven't read these books, go check them out. They're really amazing. And here's my take on his rating. I would say Xaden Riorson he's in between a morally gray and a problematic fave.
Okay.
Just because
I'm looking here at note. It says not communicating about literally anything. What does that mean? Is he nonverbal or does he just have horrible communication skills?
He has horrible communication skills and he doesn't really share a whole lot. He was a complete jerk in the beginning. And then it was almost like he was like her body training guy that was like, just pump it up. It's going to be okay. You got to ride these dragons and make this stuff happen. And then they get into this whole love story and there's like lightning bolts that shoot out in the sky when they orgasm. So,
Same.
He's very hidden, and the Venom secret is really bad that he's hiding that part, because that's when you just go to just a dick. Like, you're like pure evil at that point. And that's why I go in between the morally gray and the problematic fave, because
okay, so what's
you
the
love
Venom?
him but hate him.
What's the Venom?
If you have Venom blood, then you turn to the dark side. It's kind of like the dark side of the War College. Oh. There's no turning back. Once you turn that bad, you can't turn. It's like Darth Vader. He couldn't come back.
Okay. Darth Vader, I could do that. Okay.
Once he went to that far, you can't come back. And that's why he kind of held it from her, because not only he was protecting his people that he was in charge of, but he was also protecting Violet because he loved her so much. He didn't want to tell her that was it. And right now, no, I can't spoil it. I won't spoil it for you of what happened, but let's just say not telling her has caused issues.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and give him a rating of 3 at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And I will let you guys know after I listen to the book. Like I said, it's on deck next. Once I finish this current book, I'm starting Fourth Wing.
Okay.
So I'm looking forward to it. I'm very curious. I've heard a lot of good things. Okay. It's here. It's time, guys. It's time to do it. We're going to talk about him.
Fucking Tamlin.
And
I was 100% like, I was just like you. I texted my cousin. I said, oh my God, he's so sweet. I like him. That's so good. It's such a good story. And she's like, she did the same thing I did to you. You're like, okay.
What do you think about Rhys, though? Have you met Rhys yet?
She didn't say that part. She did say, what'd she say? She said, just wait. That's what she just said. Just wait.
Yeah. And I'll never forget texting you in like the third or fourth chapter of the second book and being like, the audacity. And you were like, oh yeah, fuck tampon. And I texted you back and I was like, wait, was that a typo or did you mean to call him that? Because either way, that's hysterical. And you were like, no, that's what we call him. And yep. I agree. He's a tampon. He's a huge one. So, okay. So where do we even start with him? I mean, I guess we can start with the fact that after let's start under the mountain when he did nothing.
I did fucking nothing.
Nothing to help while Rhys did everything to help her. And somehow she was still like, yeah, I'm going to be with Tamlin after his. So we are annoyed about Under the Mountain already. And then he comes home from Under the Mountain, is in the Spring Court, and it has these hissy fits when he doesn't get his way, where he turns into that wolf beast thing and destroys a whole room.
Yep. It gives you like Beauty and the Beast vibes a little bit.
Yes. Yeah, no, he acts like the beast who doesn't get his way at the beginning of Beauty. Yes, that's exactly what he does. And it just shows absolutely zero character growth. There's absolutely no growth there.
But there's no talking dishes that make you feel better about it. And there's not a giant library that she can learn to read in.
I'm right. Jesus. And then, of course, let's not forget locking her up.
Yeah.
After she was held prisoner for, what was it, months under the mountain?
Mm-hmm.
She was like under the mountain for like 3 months.
Right.
And held prisoner. And that motherfucker did nothing.
Nope.
He has these hissy fits. Then he literally locks her.
Right.
Locks her up in the mansion. I mean, yeah, he didn't lock her to a room, but he literally locks her up. And
right.
To the point where she literally breaks down. He literally breaks her down. And
it's like an abusive relationship at that point. Like he just breaks her until she has her into such a
spiral. To when Moore finds her, she's literally a puddle on the ground.
She's just a shell of a person at that point.
She is. She's a complete shell of a person, and she's very emaciated and thin. She's just so depressed. And I think that's another sign just how much Rhys is worth it when he sees her and he gets so angry because
Right.
she's so unhealthy. And
Yeah.
it's obvious why.
Exactly.
So she has this PTSD from under the mountain and he locks her up,
Yeah.
which, not exactly great.
Number one, red flag.
That's probably number 5 red flag at that point. Kidnapping out of her house at the very beginning was probably red flag 1.
Yeah.
But but I mean, and then he does the worst of worst
Mhm.
and like gets to the point where I don't see how you come back from teaming with Hybern
You don't.
and kidnapping the sisters.
No, you don't. And then, yeah, you completely kill all of her family.
You kill her family. You essentially kill her family.
And he's okay with that. And he's like, do you love me now?
Right? He's like, she's just under his spell still. Even after it's revealed that Feyre is Rhys's mate. And he looks at Hybern like, I mean, but she was mine first. Ugh, I don't know. That whole, like, he gave her family when he took her away and realized that he was taking their only route of survival away. He did set them up.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing. But then he turns around and leverages her love for her family by kidnapping her sisters and then killing whatever humanity they have left in them.
Exactly.
Against their will. It'd be one thing if Nesta was like, hell yeah, let me jump in that cauldron. Nesta was so pissed she took a damn piece of the cauldron with her.
Although at this point, I would probably go jump in the cauldron, but that's just me.
Well, okay. Yeah, no, you and I both, but in that world,
Right.
That's supposed to be a bad thing. Remember, humans are bred to hate all Fae and think that they're evil and horrible people.
Exactly.
And vice versa. And, humans are just low level peons to all the magical people.
Exactly.
So, I mean, I guess in a way he did her a favor because now her sisters can live forever with her. But it was against their consent. They were not consenting adults.
No, they weren't. And completely just psychopath at that point.
Yes. And then I have a lot of thoughts about Tamlin, and I'm curious to see what she does in the very much hyped up, talked about 6th book regarding Tamlin, because he's kind of gone off the deep end now. He's like literally gone into full beast mode.
Well,
and is living in the wild.
Yeah. And I don't even think Lucian can bring him back.
No, I mean, they sent Lucian to keep an eye on him, and I don't even think Lucian can do that.
No, I think Lucian's kind of partly given up on him, too.
Well, I think Lucian's given up on him, and I think there's trust lost between him and Lucian when Lucian took off with Feyre.
Yeah.
So, I mean, which is fair, I guess. I mean, Lucian's supposed to be his BFF, but his pull to see his mate was stronger than his bond to Tamlin.
Right.
And then Tamlin took in Lucian and took care of him after his horribles. So, I mean, Tamlin's not completely terrible. He just makes really bad choices.
I guess you could say that. He does make really bad choices. It's going to take, but like we've discussed before, it's going to take a lot for me to like go back on the other side of that. He's a good person. That he
Agreed. It's not that he makes, let me say this. I don't think he makes bad choices. I think he makes selfish choices.
Yeah.
He makes very selfish choices, whereas all of Rhys's choices are 110% in Feyre's best interest. For example, letting her go through with the wedding.
Except the pregnancy.
Again, that's why he's a 3 and not a 1. But
I don't think anybody in that book's a 1.
Nobody in the Akatar family is a 1. Absolutely not. No, maybe Az.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't think we know enough about him.
I feel like he's got the sweetest heart.
He does.
I just wish his shadows weren't so dirty.
You and the dirty shadows.
I'm really hung up on that. Guys, let me explain. Leslie calls me Monica because I am a little OCD. And by a little OCD, I'm a lot OCD, and I like things to be clean. And I have a thing about Az's shadows. I feel like they're dirty. So, Les gives me help.
You're going to be like Phoebe pulling out stuff out of his aura.
I would. He'd be like, stop cleaning my aura. I would clean his aura. If it makes my house dusty, it's going to be a problem. So I guess we can both agree he's like a 4.5.
I would say 4.5.
Because he has a couple of redeeming qualities.
He's really got to turn his shit around.
I would love to see how she does that, because she one book to love him and then the last 4 to hate him.
Oh, yeah.
And he just doesn't seem to be getting any better.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm interested. Come on, Sarah J. Maas. We need book 6. We need it.
He did join the fight against Hybern at the end, but it was because he fucking started it, so he needed to help. I mean,
he's like, oh shit, maybe I should clean this up.
Yeah, all right. Like, this was my mess. Let me clean it up.
Yeah.
So, That's Tamlin for you. That's my thoughts on Tamlin. Meh.
Tampon.
Okay, I'm excited about this next one because I feel like he is a very perfect example of somebody who is. I gave him, actually, you're going to laugh at this rating. I gave Hunt Athalar from Crescent City. I actually gave him a 1.5.
Really? All right.
But can I explain why?
Okay, go
Keeping
for
in
it.
mind, I'm still in the middle of the second book.
Okay.
So this is my reasoning. He really pure, and he did it all for love. Like in the first battle
Yeah.
with the angels and everything, and he's trying to take down an evil patriarchy, basically.
Well, yeah, he is.
And he and his mate, the other angel, she gets killed in front of him. Everything he did blindly for her. Yes, blindly, but he did it for her, and he did it for a good cause.
Mhm.
So I forgive all of the people he killed during that battle because they were bad people.
Okay.
And then he gets held prisoner. And all the murdering and stuff he has to do when he's working for, is it Micah? Micah from the first book, his boss from the first book. Everything he does in the first book, he does because he has to. He's got that tattoo.
Yes.
And he hates people who take advantage of their power and stuff. And I feel like he really is there for the little guy. And he really, truly has a heart of gold because he came from nothing.
I guess so.
So at the most, I'll give him a 2.
Okay. I was going to put him at 3.
I see. I don't think he's that morally gray, though. I think he knows what he's doing is wrong. And also the amount of remorse he shows.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like he just kills him and he's like, well, I had to do it because I was told to. Like, he hates it. He hates it with every bone of his being. And then he goes into a huge depression after he does it.
I don't like that he's like
there's a major regret
condescending,
there.
though, to Bryce. He can get obnoxious with being condescending to her.
Sure. So, like I said, a 0.5. 1.5 to 2. I'm sticking by it. And you know what? I'm only in the middle of book 2, so I can't. But everything I've seen tells me Hunt Athalar, he just kind of got the shit end of the stick.
I guess so. But he treats her like, she's like a child who doesn't understand danger sometimes.
I mean, I even, you know what? I even wrote here, sure, he made snap judgments regarding Bryce,
Mm-hmm.
but he sees his error pretty fast and realizes really fast that she's not at all the dumb bimbo he thought she was.
True. Okay. And even like when, I know his decisions are because, he's doing it for her own good. I feel like he should still consult her a little bit. But I mean, it's almost like Rhysand, like he did things that were questionable that really he should have consulted her about.
Right. I'm sticking steadfast on 2 with Hunt. I might change it after reading the last 2 books in the series, but I'm going to stick with a 2 on him. I have faith in Hunt. I do.
All right. I'm going to stick with 3. I really do. Finish book 2 and come back to me.
God damn it, Leslie. Okay. All right. Don't ruin Hunt for me. All right. So we want to hear from you guys. Who are some people that you wish we'd talked about? Are there characters that we didn't discuss today that you would have liked to have heard our rating on? Maybe as Cassian, Lucian, or maybe even a villain like Eris or the Fall King.
Yeah. Or even like ones that, books we haven't even discussed yet. I mean, there's so many.
Tell us about a character you found that we might, you might be like, listen, y'all need to check out this guy because he is definition of morally gray, or this really is a dick. So tell us what you think. We would love to hear your thoughts.
And if you haven't checked out Ruthless Creatures, you really should. Like, I dipped a toe and now I am ready to read the rest of that series. More to discuss.
I'm going to have to check that one out after I finish the Fourth Wing series. Okay. So in the end, I think we can say that depending on the backstory, it's not necessarily an excuse for the toxic behavior. And I say depending on the backstory because some of these backstories are not as tragic as one might think they are.
Yeah.
Like Tamlin's, I didn't want to be king and now I'm king. I don't feel bad for you, jackass. Rhys, hey, Tamlin's family lured my mother and my sister into the woods, killed them, cut off their wings, and took them. Yeah, that's
and have them as a trophy.
Yeah, and keeps them as a trophy. So yeah, that's for that. Yeah, I get that. That's a little bit more of a tragic backstory than all I want to do is fiddle. Huh. Fuck you, Tamlin. All he wants to do is play the fiddle.
He does.
What I'm saying is the actions speak louder than the trauma.
Exactly. And which leads us to Hot Pickle Cold Take.
I love it. Okay, there are plenty of characters that have trauma and don't act like dicks. For example, Lucian.
He's a little creepy. You are right, though. He does get creepy with Elaine. Like,
he
just
lurks. Like, yeah, when he wants to see Elaine, he looks like I appreciate that he gives her space. But when he's with her, he lurks so hard, and there is nothing more uncomfortable than somebody lurking on you when you're doing something.
Okay, but remember his best friend is Tamlin. So sometimes you act like the people you hang out with.
True. Well, and also, isn't his father suspected to be, is it Helion?
Yeah.
Isn't he quite the lover?
He's a whore.
So maybe Lucian just really likes, maybe his love language is physical touch.
Yeah. Maybe. That's what it is.
Physical touch and quality time. That is Lucian. He's got a lot of trauma. He has
He does.
probably more trauma than some of these other characters. Tamlin with your stupid fucking fiddle. And he really is a sweetie pie. He's like a 1 point. He's a 1.5.
Yeah, he's closer to cinnamon roll than anything.
Yes, I agree. Man, if Sarah J. Maas turns him into a dick next book, she could have done that a
Makes
while ago.
Tamlin the good guy and Lucian the bad guy. Can you imagine that?
I wouldn't put it past her. Bitch has done some crazy shit. I
Sarah
say
J.
that with all
Maas,
the
if you're
love.
if
Yeah,
you're
I say
listening,
that with all the love. We love your books. Keep writing them.
if you want to come on our show, that sounds great.
Oh my God. You know, we've got like 4 listeners right now. 90% related to me. So to our family and friends listening, thanks, guys.
We love you for supporting us in our craziness.
It's true. It's very true. So, okay. So where's the line? Where's the line between an explanation and an excuse? And at some point, when do you become accountable and responsible for your behavior? And I feel like Hunt is very responsible for his behavior because, A, it's not his choice.
Okay.
And he shows regret.
Okay. I will maybe give him a 2.75.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Don't get wild there.
You get a quarter credit.
Preach.
Yes, actions do speak louder than trauma. Actions speak louder than words when it comes to like certain situations, as we've always been told growing up.
Yeah. Well, and we tend to excuse the hot men. If they're pretty, they get excused.
Yeah.
It's like pretty women. If you're pretty but dumb, it's okay because you're pretty.
But
if you're ugly and dumb, if you're ugly and smart, that's not a great thing either. It really is all about the looks. I mean, let's be honest. Sad. And that's just real life.
Yeah, it is.
Unfortunately. I mean, I guess that goes back to our last conversation in the last episode about why aren't there ugly characters in Romantasy books? Why can't the chubby girl get the hot guy for once?
I was not impressed with that book. I was really disappointed. When I talked about Zom rom-com and the main character, the female main character is a plus size girl. I was not impressed. Like I was kind of disappointed in her character development and who she was. Like I liked her at the end. I'm not saying that she was a bad character and it was an okay book. I'd give it a 3 out of 5, but I was really disappointed. I was really hoping for more. Like something that was different than the norm of like you have these 19, 20-year-olds that are like super skinny and then they don't eat, but then they become super fit,
Yeah.
And then we go into a plus size character and, it was even a zombie apocalypse. I was really excited about it. I think I was just, maybe I had my hopes up too high and I was disappointed.
Yeah, that is disappointing. Because it's refreshing when you have characters that are out of the norm in terms of descriptors.
Yeah.
But I also feel like our minds are so trained to picture attractive people that even if they're not attractive, you don't picture them that way. You still find a way to make them attractive.
Exactly.
I don't know. I'm with you on that though. It's just and it goes back to like I said, so these people are hot, so we forgive them for their actions. And this is very much, again, real life. Like you think about, male celebrities who get caught with their pants down and shit all the time and somehow they're easily forgiven. Did anybody forget about Hugh Grant getting caught with a prostitute in the 90s? Nobody remember that? He did.
I don't remember that. No.
You don't?
No.
Oh, girl, you need to look up the pictures of this prostitute too. Her name was like Foxy Brown or something crazy like that. You need to look it up. But yeah, for real. In the 90s, Hugh Grant, much beloved Hugh Grant was busted. And the thing is, he was busted with this prostitute. His girlfriend at the time, his live-in girlfriend at the time was Liz frickin' Hurley.
Can't get better than that. Come on.
So, I mean, that just goes to show you maybe, the attractive person wasn't cutting it for him anymore.
Yeah, apparently not.
No, they were together for like years.
Right.
They were together she stayed with him for years after that too.
Well, I think you can make it work if it does happen, but if he's really
all he did was come back and he took responsibility. He came back. He was like, yeah, I got busted. Sorry. And everybody forgave him. And I really think it would have been harder if he was not so damn cute.
It probably would have.
Because this was during his heyday. This was right before Notting Hill, 4 Weddings and a Funeral. So this was in his like super cute heyday.
If you can take responsibility, I think that takes a lot of it off. The ones that try to like, oh, I didn't mean to, like, yeah, no.
Yeah.
I mean, and I kind of feel like that's why we can't stand Tamlin so much, because he doesn't take responsibility for his actions.
No, he has yet to actually be like, so I fucked up.
Yeah, sorry for locking you up. Maybe I shouldn't have, done that.
I did this, but it's because of Rhys. Or I did this, but it's because of this person. Like, there's no...
To say,
he's one of those... Sorry. Ooh, girls, my Bravo fans, you'll get this. He is a Tom Sandoval. He is a, I'm sorry, but...
Yeah.
Nothing is worse than those people. I'm sorry that I was so horrible, but...
Yeah.
No. If you're genuinely sorry, no buts. Justin, I'm sorry. And Tamlin is a definition Tom Sandoval. He's sorry, but he needs you to know that it's not really his fault.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
if we learned anything from today, I think it's that you and I really hate Tamlin
And love Lucian.
and love Lucian. That's really what we're taking away today, guys.
And I'm being harsh on Hunt.
And Leslie's being a bitch about Hunt. We need to. Hey, if you guys are with me on the Hunt Avalar thing, let me know. Shout out. Say, make a post or something. Say something about Leslie being a meanie about Hunt.
And if you're on my side, please post about it.
Yeah, no, if you think I'm being naive, say, Julia, you're stupid. Or don't say that. That'll hurt my feelings. Just say, Julia, you should know better.
Don't call her stupid. She's not.
Please don't call me stupid. That
brilliant.
might hurt my feelings. Okay. Really, though, what it comes down to, whether they're morally gray,
About
whether
shitty
they're
men, but if we get called a name, we're like, ow.
yeah, no. I'll dish it out all day, but I have absolutely no backbone, so be nice. So really, honestly, what it comes down to, honestly, is whether they're morally gray, whether they're just a dick, they make the stories interesting.
Yeah.
And they
we
keep
excuse
the
it because
page
of their
turning.
behavior. We really do.
We do. We make the excuses, but these books wouldn't be these books without these characters.
No. But another topic of if this male character, say Rhysand, did this in real life, what do you think I would tell you?
Oh, I mean, no, if any of these guys did any of this in real life, we'd be like, bitch, run. We would tell anybody to run from
Jump
that
them out of the way.
toxic behavior.
Get out of the house. Don't go back.
I had a friend that had gotten out of a marriage, and it really wasn't even a bad divorce. Like, they just grew apart. And she went kind of crazy on the dating websites.
Mm-hmm.
And the amount of love bombing I would see coming out of some of these guys she was talking with,
Mm-hmm.
it was concerning. And her sister, who's a really smart psychology type person, was the first to point it out. She'd be like, "Are you not seeing this love bombing? Like, that's a lot of love bombing for somebody you've talked to on the phone for a couple hours." Like,
Right.
and I feel like so many of these characters are love bombers.
Mm-hmm.
And that to me, love bombing is the biggest like toxic red flag. And that's the first thing I'll tell anybody to turn around and run from. I'll be like, ooh, that is love bombing at its best. You need to get the hell out of there.
Right.
That's just my thoughts on that. But yeah, I would be telling any of my friends,
Run.
run. Yeah, this isn't healthy. And maybe get a restraining order or something. I don't know if those worlds have restraining orders.
There's a lot of questions of like,
Well, we know they don't have STDs apparently. So
fantasy.
do they need restraining orders?
I don't know. Elaine might have to get one from Lucian if he keeps lurking.
Just saying, I'm looking out for Elaine. I don't. If we want a story to bloom between her and Az, then we need Lucian to maybe.
But see, I want
That
good things for
part.
Lucian. I almost want good things for both of them. Can she just date both and then decide what she wants?
I mean, in the real world today, yeah, they really could. They could honestly just be a throuple if they wanted.
Well, that part, I wouldn't talk about like thruple necessarily, but I'm saying like try both, see which flavor you like, and move from there.
Right. No, I mean, I'm with you. I'm just saying, shit, in today's society, they would find a way to make it work.
Yeah, true. I
Their
mean,
Facebook statuses would all say it's complicated.
for the seniors that still use Facebook.
For us 40-year-olds who still use Facebook. I love when I talk to like a Gen Zer and I'm like, I'm on Facebook. And they're like, what is the Facebook, bitch? I was in college when that came out.
Right? We had MySpace before then.
Yeah, we did.
We
had to-
rated our fucking friends.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did, man. Millennials with early technology, we were assholes. We had a list of our top 5 friends. And if you were smart, you knew how to do that code. You had like your top 10 favorite or whatever.
Yeah. And then if you piss somebody off, they move them down.
My sister did that to me once. We got in a fight and she took me off her favorite friend.
Aw, come on, Sarah.
It's okay. We made up like an hour later and she put me back.
She did notice. Like you
But she
did
did.
notice.
For the record, I was, I think, 22, which means she was like 27. She was like 27 or 28 when that happened. So maturity is for both of us.
The dumb things you do in your 20s.
Mm-hmm.
Which partially, I think that's why morally gray men get all these ladies because they're all in their 20s,
They're all over reality TV, so you can make excuses for them now.
right?
To wrap it up, morally gray is complicated, and that's what makes it interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a line
Absolutely.
between being morally gray and just being toxic.
Yeah.
And at what point do we, as we're reading, have to stop and be like, ooh? Because I have to say, even thinking back to like 50 Shades of Grey, there were a couple times reading that first book that I was like, I kind of feel like she should just break up with him and leave. Like,
Yeah.
he's got a lot of issues. And
He does.
He's laying them in her lap pretty hard.
I don't know. I didn't go past the first book because I got tired of reading about contracts. But
Well,
maybe
see, okay, because in the second book, the contracts go away. So he
okay,
actually
maybe I should
tries
go
to
on.
make it a relationship in the second book.
Okay, see,
I would say finish the books, knowing that
okay.
the writing is not great, but the
See, I would
storyline
say like 4.5 for him.
for Christian,
Yeah.
yeah, I would say a 4 is a solid rating for Christian Grey.
See, but I need to finish them to not go
I
through
mean,
that.
he's got a pretty tragic backstory too.
Yeah.
Like he was left next to his mom's dead body for a couple days,
Mm.
like after I can't remember if I think she OD'd.
All right.
And
I will finish the books.
and her asshole boyfriend was there when she OD'd and left Christian there by her body and just left.
Yeah.
Like he has a really tragic backstory, but he's good looking. But let's not forget, if he's not in control, he wants to beat the shit out of you. So again,
Oh, there we go.
red flags. So there it is. So the tragic backstory explains behavior, but doesn't always excuse it. Christian Grey.
Yep.
And we can love problematic characters while also acknowledging that they're problematic, though. Hunt.
Finish book 2. I will finish the 50 Shades of Grey if you finish book 2.
Damn it. I know. I need to. I really need to. I've just got to find time to sit down and read.
All right, Brian Babes. We want to hear from you, though. Rate these characters on our depravity scale. And then who's the most morally gray character you'll defend with your life? And
What's a character everyone loves that you think is just a dick?
Oh,
Or where do you draw a line between morally gray and toxic? We want to hear your thoughts.
DM us, comment, or send us your hot takes through Pickle Party Pod on Instagram or TikTok.
Okay, guys, so tune in next week when we're going to talk about the infamous love triangle we have been referring to this entire time. You know what we're talking about. Elaine, Lucian, Azriel. What's going to happen with that? We want to know your thoughts.
And until next time, stay brined.
And remember, loving morally gray characters doesn't make you morally gray. It just makes you glutton for punishment.